lot of people have the belief that markets are a zero-sum game. For every dollar made, there's a dollar lost. Every product is intrinsic value. That intrinsic value can go up or go down, and around that intrinsic value, some people will make money, some people will lose money. But the intrinsic value itself moves. And that is the real value that was created by some party. Multiple parties can win. Value can be just made up and created in a way that benefits all parties. Trading is not a zero-sum game. What's really interesting in trading is a lot of people have the belief that markets are a zero-sum game. For every dollar made, there's a dollar lost. For every person who gets rich, there's somebody who loses everything. Someone wins and someone loses. It makes trading and investing almost seem predatory. And this is a common problem that I run into with traders that I work with. I want to clear up the misconception that trading is a zero-sum game, because this is most often not the case at all. A really powerful idea, a powerful belief for you to internalize is that money is actually just made up. And not only is it made up, but the products that people exchange money for are just ideas. All this shit is just made up. Let me share an example with you. So first of all, if we believe that money is a zero-sum game, then for every dollar made, there has to be a dollar lost, right? It's zero sum. Well, let's look at Facebook. Facebook was invented in 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg in his dorm room. Very little money put into it up front. Now, Facebook was IPO'd in May of 2012 with a valuation of $104 billion. This $104 billion was just made up. The question I have for you is, people had a market value of $104 billion. Who lost $104 billion? Tell me who lost that $104 billion. Tell me. You can't. The reason you can't is because nobody lost $104 billion. So how can it be zero sum if somebody made $104 billion? Where's the loss? It's not there. That's because Facebook was just an idea that was made up, and it became monetized, and people exchanged money in return for the earning power of Facebook shares. So one of the things I heard from Robert Kiyosaki that always stuck with me was that creating a publicly traded company was actually legal counterfeiting. So what's interesting about that is what he basically said is, like, if you counterfeit money, what do? You take paper, you copy the prints of the currency, and you create paper money. It's supposedly fake. You take this paper money and you go out and you exchange it for goods and services. And so you get goods and services and they get fake money. This is cheating. This is counterfeiting, supposedly. But what Kiyosaki said is, well, let's look at a company. We start a company. We have an idea. We start a company. We go out and what do? We print stock certificates on paper. We take these stock certificates and we exchange them for money. Just made it up. Just printed up. Legal counterfeiting. Now, what's really different in this example is that when we counterfeit, there's nothing of value that backs it up. But when we have a company, the company is value. But what I want you to understand is the value is just up. It's not real. People will give you tangible assets for this thing that is just an idea. Creating a company and taking it public and exchanging it for something tangible is a great idea, great example of how it's just made up. Another example is corn. Eat corn every day. Well, to create corn, it takes seed and it takes land. The seed is cheap and the land can be rented. Corn stalk grows out of the ground. People will pay you money for that corn stalk. So seed cost for an acre of corn is roughly $118 per acre. And an acre of corn yields roughly now $8 per bushel. And there's 200 bushels per acre. That's $1,600 per acre. So think about it. You exchange your money for corn. Well, nobody lost $1,600 per acre on the corn. Nobody lost that money. It's just made up. It literally grows out of the ground. Remember when you grew up and you were told money doesn't grow in trees? Yeah, it does. It grows in trees. All this stuff just grows out of the ground. It's just made up. So one more example. Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies in general. Bitcoin was created by a pseudonym of Satoshi Nakamoto. Somebody just made it up. Look at NFTs. Just make it up and attach something to it. All these cryptocurrencies are made up. People are willing to exchange value for them. Money is just an idea. Value is just an idea. If we actually get really into it, you know what underpins the value? Human life, human ingenuity, and human thought and production. That's what creates value. not the tangible thing itself. So trade is not a zero-sum game. Every product is intrinsic value, and that intrinsic value is just made up. That intrinsic value can go up or go down, and around that intrinsic value, yes, some people will make money, some people will lose money, but the intrinsic value itself moves, and that is the real value that was created by some party. So it's actually incredibly liberating, powerful to understand that trading is not a zero-sum game. Multiple parties can win. Value can be just made up and created in a way that benefits all parties. Some of you have never thought of this way before. I hope that I really got you thinking, because this is a powerful frame on multiple levels. So if you like this, make sure you tune in next Tuesday. Every Tuesday, I do a Trader Tip Tuesday. So I'll take your performance to the elite level. So thanks for tuning in. God bless. I'll see you next week. Bye.